everyone. It's Jessica Morgan. I'm the city recorder here with the City of Sweetwater, and we are here with Fire Chief John Anderson and Police Chief Eddie Byron. And we want to give you an update about the most recent developments here in Monroe County and Sweetwater for the COVID-19 virus. First, we want to let you know that effective Monday, our city departments that are non-emergency are going to be closed to the public. Some of our emergency facilities have already made those decisions, but now the remainder of the departments are going to be closed to the public. We are still here and working, so please contact us with your needs by phone. The number at City Hall is 423-337-6979. And of course, our email addresses are listed on our website, along with some pertinent information about this virus and how we're handling it. It's www.sweetwatertn.net. And of course, you can follow us on our Facebook page, our Instagram pages, and the YouTube channel. So we're going to start with a little bit of information from Sweetwater Fire Department. We want to make sure that we're giving the public plenty of accurate information so that they don't have to go looking for inaccurate sources anywhere. So straight from the mouth of our Fire Chief, John Anderson. John, tell us a little bit about how this is affecting the fire department and some of the changes you all are going to implement to make sure that our citizens and our employees stay safe.
All right, for the last week, as you know, we've all met with city officials and daily, or hourly, I guess you could say. We have consulted with many people, and here's a few things that I wanted to go over. We're trying to keep the citizens safe and healthy as we can. That goes both ways. That's getting you sick and you getting us sick. We'll still have to respond, and we will, to any calls. If we respond to your house, we may look a little different, we may be dressed a little different, we may have masks on, we may have little old pretty white suits on. We may even put masks on you. We may ask you to step outside if you can. Dispatch may already ask you. Dispatchers are going to need help also. They're asking a lot of questions, so be patient with them. The police department might have masks on if they come to your house. It's all in abundance of caution to make sure everybody is safe. As a result of the COVID-19 outbreak, effective Monday, Sweetwater Fire Department will be answering life-threatening emergencies only, such as, but not limited to, the fire alarms, motor vehicle accidents, major trauma, etc. Or if we are requested by an ambulance that is on scene. We will continue with lift assist as needed. If possible, if you have neighbors, if you have family, we would prefer on the lift assist, if you have someone that can help you, get them, because our guys could end up sick just like you, and we do not want to bring it in to the people when we pick them up.
Let me interrupt you for just a second, and let's explain just a little bit for the general public if they don't understand what a lift assist is. Most of you may not know, but all of our firefighters at Sweetwater Fire Department are first responders. So if you have an elderly person in your life that falls onto the ground and can't get up themselves, often it's Sweetwater Fire Department that responds first for lift assist. So what we're asking here is that if you have the availability to help your loved ones, if you know that they're a fall threat, if there's more times you could check on them more often, or if there's a way for you to assist them, do that as much as possible. Because otherwise it does create a call each time that we have our firemen responding to, which of course pulls them off of other emergency calls, or they might have to leave the lift assist call to go to an emergency call. Plus it's exposing your elderly loved one to anything else the fire department has been in that day. So we're asking that for the safety of your loved ones and for the fire personnel, if you can limit the lift assist calls or somehow provide that service to them yourselves and your family members of that person, that would be in your best interest during this time.
Now, let's talk about emergency situations. Flu-like symptoms, nausea, vomiting, fever, that is not an emergency, life-threatening emergency situation. Let's try to keep those calls to a minimum. If you have any questions, you can call our fire departments. Station 1, the number is 423-337-6880. Station 2 is 423-337-6724. Call either one of them anytime you want. And also, as of Monday, the fire department will be closing the doors to the public. If you need something, come beat on the door. We'll do what we can.
It's best if you'll try and call these departments ahead of time. He's giving you the numbers for those, and they're also listed on the city website at sweetwatertn.net. So if you'll call those numbers ahead of time, we'll do what we can to best protect you and to protect our employees and to still answer and provide whatever you need. Chief Byron, what have you got? You've actually, I know, let's talk about the Elder Watch program. That video's been viewed, what, 5,000 times? Excellent job by your department. But we want to make sure everyone is well informed about the Elder Watch program, which has been a long-standing program for Sweetwater Police Department. But people are worried about their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents right now. And Chief, how is Sweetwater Police Department handling that?
We've had a great response to our Elder Watch program, and as those know, this program has been in effect for a long time. And just to give a little description of what it is, it's a program where if you are in the immediate vicinity of Sweetwater, we'll say the city limits for now, for example, and you contact us, we'll put you on a list. And I've got two individuals, Ted Waters and John Ridgel, and they're overseeing the program. And how it works is just during this COVID-19, Jessica, to limit contact with those elderly people, we're making telephone surveys, and we're contacting them, seeing what needs to be done. And we'll make sure we'll have an officer, they'll glove up and use protective gear when they go take supplies to them. And due to a recent video we released, we had probably 10 people that we were able to supply needs for, just in the last couple of days. So we're getting a good response from it.
Excellent. So if I have someone in my life, maybe even someone that's out of state, and maybe I have a grandparent that lives here in Sweetwater, and I just want the police department to call and check on them, we can call the police department and give them their contact information, and you guys can follow up on it.
Yes, that's exactly correct. You can call the police department, or it's easiest just if you have access to Facebook. I know a lot of people don't. You'll just contact the police department through Messenger. That's a guaranteed way that we're going to get it, as well as through the 615-337-6151.
Excellent. Okay, so what procedures is the police department implementing now for employees and for the public?
It's just like Chief Anderson said. We've been through a lot of meetings. We've been working with people on the local, city government, county government, state officials, and federal officials, trying to stay as up to date on COVID-19 as we can, because unfortunately what we said in play today may be different, 2 days from now or even tomorrow. So things are changing pretty quick. But I just want everybody to know that Sweetwater Police Department, we're still be conducting regular patrol activities. You're still going to see police cars out. We're still going to be fighting crime, here to serve and to work for our community. So you're still going to see regular patrols going on. We'll be responding to all emergency traffic, just as Chief Anderson said about the fire department. And with the help of our dispatchers really helped us on this, Jessica. If a person has a call that is not an emergency, such as a locked vehicle or animals running at large or just different things like that, dispatch is helping it where they can get a hold of our supervisors, and then we'll take and conduct that traffic over the phone. And that really limits, the personal contact with each other.
Okay. You guys got anything else you want to say about your departments before we go over a few general things?
Just as John has said, the police department, we're going to be limiting our contacts. We're not going to be allowing any visitors in. Our building's going to be shut down to outside. We will be providing reports by email. We can email you reports, or we can fax you reports. Or if you'll just give us a call, we'll be glad till we see how this process is going. We'll do some curbside delivery. You guys just call in. We'll be glad to have an officer or Vanessa bring your report out to you like that. Just let you know that we are available for you.
Excellent. We're asking everybody to remain cautious during this time because a car wreck right now or a fire, God forbid, and things like that are still going to pull on our resources. So the fewer of those we have, the better, as always. One other thing we wanted to point out is we've had some questions about how the county was able to announce earlier than what the CDC did about the confirmed cases yesterday. As an example, we are now up to 3 confirmed cases in Monroe County. We have not been privy to the information yet about exactly where those locations were tested or anything like that, but we do know there are 3 confirmed cases in Monroe County. The reason you haven't seen that on the CDC is because there is a time frame every day in which all the health departments, all the county health departments report to the CDC. And then it's made public at 3 p.m. every day. Is that right, guys? 3 o'clock? So at 3 o'clock every day they make that public. Well, there's obviously a time lag between the time the health departments point in and the time they post it on the CDC's website. So while the CDC is posting their most current information, occasionally we will get things a little bit ahead of that. And when we do, and we know it's from a sure source, We will be sure to put that on our Facebook page. If you all call and ask questions, we're going to be as transparent with you as possible. We want you to know that we want to communicate with you. We don't want you to think anybody's trying to hide anything. We want to be open in that communication so that you all have no reason to go search on Facebook and believe their latest story that some random person posted there. So we have all personally seen a lot of misinformation on Facebook, so we're really doing our best to get you accurate information in a timely manner so that you don't have to believe those stories. So please use our Facebook page. We are not going to post anything that's not been thoroughly vetted, so we hope that you can consider it a trusted source. What else do we want to tell them?
Just one thing that I just want to touch on real quick too is Chief Anderson mentioned it, guys. You know, if an officer shows up and he's wearing maybe latex gloves and possibly a mask, you know, please don't be offended. You know, that's to protect you as much as it is the officer. You know, because at this time, you know, everybody's still new in this, and we're all learning new details about the COVID-19 as each day comes upon us. So please don't be offended, you know, if the officer's wearing gloves or if he's wearing a mask or such like that, because it's a new learning curve for us too. You know, it's just how it has to be handled.
That's the only thing. The only other thing I've got is please be patient. This is uncharted territory. It's not just Sweetwater, it's everywhere. But please be patient with our dispatchers, our policemen, firemen, EMS, all of our first responders, the hospital. Please be patient with them. There again, before you jump to any conclusions, you know, check with the CDC's website, the hospital's website. Before you go to the hospital, look at their website if you can, call ahead.
That's great information, guys. One of the other things I wanted to emphasize to everybody, Governor Lee had a conference call a couple of days ago. He reassured all of us that he talked to the Grocers Association, there is not a food supply problem right now. So it is best if you shop as you normally would, and if you have maybe some necessities that you need to bulk up on, go ahead and do that, but just be careful that you're not overbuying or panic buying, because that doesn't really help anybody, and it causes its own problem by us not having shelves stocked. That is not an indication that there is a food shortage. It's just that the shelves are not staying stocked. So if we find out that there is a problem, we're going to communicate with you all as best we can. We also are so grateful for, like, First Baptist Church is serving lunch today to kids, and we're so grateful that the city school system and the county school system has been able to do feeding programs. We said this in our last video, and as far as we know right now, it's still accurate. Monday and Wednesday, Sweetwater Area Ministries at 601 Sweetwater Vonore Road will continue their food program. You can call there for details, 337-0210, Sweetwater Area Ministries, and just make sure that they have everything ready and going. But basically that'll look a little different too. Instead of going into the building, I think they're going to be bringing it to you. So, and there's fewer questions now. They've expedited that process. So if you need access to food or resources and you can't remember all these numbers that we're rattling off, just call City Hall. Our numbers are on the Facebook page, on the website at sweetwatertn.net, and we'll get you resources that you need. Anything else, guys, we want to tell them before we sign off?
Just basically just the same thing that everybody's been saying. You know, if you don't have to be out, try to stay in. If you are out, limit your exposure as much as you can. Remember all the guidelines that we've been talking about, and just be patient with everybody. I mean, things are changing so quick that it's hard to predict what is going on. You know, sometimes. So like I said, you know, be patient with everybody, and just remember that we're all in this together, and it's teamwork and it's community and everybody involved.
One last thing, the community does need to come together right now. Check on your neighbors, call them, make sure everything's okay. That's one way we can learn through this. And the other thing is, every time we have some kind of situation, I notice that each department steps up and figures it out and makes it work. And I'm super proud to work with these people, the street department, Parks and Rec guys, people in city planning, and police and fire. We learn a little something from every one of these types of experiences, and it makes us better prepared for whatever comes again in the future. So I think that's probably a silver lining in all of this, and we can all be good neighbors. So thank you all, and we will keep you updated as best we can and as soon as we can. You guys have a good week.